You're sitting outside with a group of friends. Same yard, same evening, same amount of exposed skin, and somehow one person walks away with 15 bites while everyone else barely gets touched. It's not your imagination, and it's not bad luck either. Mosquitoes are genuinely, measurably picky, and science has actually figured out a surprising amount about what makes someone a preferred target. The very first thing that draws a mosquito towards you isn't your skin at all, it's your breath. Mosquitoes detect carbon dioxide from remarkably long distances, and it's one of their primary long-range homing signals. People who naturally exhale more carbon dioxide, which often correlates with larger body size or a higher metabolic rate, tend to get noticed by mosquitoes from farther away simply because they're producing a bigger, more detectable plume for the mosquito to track. This is part of why some research has found that larger individuals and pregnant women who have a measurably higher metabolic rate and increased carbon dioxide output tend to attract more mosquito attention on average. It's not about size itself, it's about the exhaled signal that size tends to produce. Once a mosquito gets close, carbon dioxide stops being the main signal, and skin chemistry takes over. Human skin hosts an enormous, highly individual community of bacteria, and the specific mix of compounds that community produces varies dramatically from person to person. Researchers studying mosquito attraction have identified specific compounds in human sweat and skin secretions that mosquitoes find particularly appealing, including certain fatty acids and byproducts of skin bacteria. Because everyone's skin microbiome is essentially unique, like a chemical fingerprint, this means some people are quite literally producing a more attractive scent profile without doing anything differently at all. Some studies have found a correlation between blood type and mosquito attraction, with people who have type O blood appearing to attract more mosquito bites on average, compared to other blood types in controlled testing environments. The proposed explanation ties back to skin chemistry again. A notable percentage of people are what's called secretors, meaning their blood type antigens are also present in their sweat and other bodily secretions, essentially advertising blood type information through scent. Mosquitoes may be picking up on these chemical signals more strongly in secretors with type O blood, though researchers are still working out exactly how strong and consistent this effect really is across different populations. Mosquitoes also home in on heat, using specialized sensory structures capable of detecting subtle temperature differences at close range. People who run warmer, whether due to higher activity levels, higher body fat percentage, or simply individual metabolic differences, tend to register more strongly on this heat-sensing system. This is part of why exercise tends to make someone more of a mosquito magnet in the short term. Physical activity raises both body temperature and carbon dioxide output simultaneously, essentially stacking two attractive signals on top of each other at the same time. Multiple controlled studies have found that people who've recently consumed alcohol, even in small amounts, become measurably more attractive to mosquitoes. The exact mechanism isn't fully settled, but the leading explanations involve alcohol's effects on body temperature regulation and its tendency to slightly increase overall metabolic rate, both of which independently make someone more detectable using the systems we've already covered. Twin studies have provided some of the clearest evidence that mosquito attraction isn't random. Identical twins show significantly more similarity in mosquito attraction than fraternal twins do, strongly suggesting a real genetic component underlying skin chemistry, scent production, and possibly even carbon dioxide output patterns. This matters because it means mosquito preference isn't just about what you did that day, like what soap you used or what you ate for lunch. There's a meaningful baseline written into your biology that makes you more or less appealing on a fairly consistent basis across your entire life. Some research on mosquito vision has found that certain mosquito species are more visually drawn to darker colors, particularly black, navy, and red, compared to lighter colors like white, khaki, or pastel tones. This is a purely visual attraction cue, operating alongside the scent and heat-based systems, and it's part of why some public health guidance around mosquito-heavy regions specifically recommends lighter colored clothing. Before we get to the final piece of the puzzle, if you've ever wondered why the world works the way it does, hit subscribe. We break down one of these everyday mysteries every single week. Put all of this together and the picture becomes clear. It was never one single factor. It's an overlapping stack of signals: how much carbon dioxide you naturally exhale, the specific bacterial cocktail your skin happens to host, your blood type and whether you're a secretor, how warm you're running at that particular moment, whether you've had a drink recently, the genetic baseline you were simply born with, and even what color shirt you happened to put on that morning. Mosquitoes aren't randomly biting whoever's closest. They're running a surprisingly sophisticated multi-sensor targeting system, and some people simply light up more brightly across more of those channels than others do, which means the next time you're the only one covered in bites at a barbecue, you can tell everyone with complete scientific confidence it's not bad luck, you're just built a little differently.